Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? Welcome to PNP. It's your boy Rashad, man. And listen, Panther Nation, I have not forgot about y'all. We back with another banger. Hey, real quick, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you're a return listener, man, just hit that like button for your boy, get these comments, get that algorithm popping for your boy, all right? Listen, we just heard Matt Rhule go on Rich Eisen show and talk about Christian McCaffrey and his health and kind of the reasoning behind drafting Chuba Hubbard. And listen, if you go back and watch the live reaction of the Chuba Hubbard pick, I was not a huge fan of it, and the reason being is because I think that we're not going to use him to just use him enough to justify that pick. So before we get into the actual content and the reason as to why I don't think that's going to change, let's listen to what Matt Rhule had to say.
Yeah, I think we want to do that within reason. We want to give him every chance to affect the game, but at the same time, we also want to make sure that we keep him healthy for 17 games, and we want to be a team that goes to the playoffs. So we also want to have him hitting his stride late in the year. So drafting Chuba was a big part of that. And making sure that we had a guy that we could spell him with some of the other guys that we have here already. So we'll use him, but we'll just try to make sure that we're really smart about the toll that he takes.
All right, so just a few things here. I wanted to point out a couple things before we get into the actual Christian McCaffrey conversation. I wanted to point out the top 5 rushers from last year in 2020. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. So Derrick Henry, we're just looking at touches. So we're talking about rushes and catches. So you're talking about Derrick Henry. He had 24.8. He was a leading rusher. Dalvin Cook, 25.4. That's in 14 games. Jonathan Taylor, 17.8. Aaron Jones, 17.7. And David Montgomery, 20 touches, per game total. All right. So just to put that in a little bit of context, back when Christian McCaffrey did his damage, when he did 2,000 all-purpose yards back in 2019, he averaged 25 touches per game. So it's a lot of touches, okay? A lot of touches for Christian McCaffrey. Now, what I wanted to do was, and again, keep in mind 2019, that was under Ron Rivera, different coaching staff, completely different. So I don't want to look too far into that. I just want to put that in perspective as to how many touches he had to do the damage he did, all right? Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the touch distribution for 2020 when Christian McCaffrey was healthy, because I think it's important to point this out. Joe Brady, Matt Rhule was the coach at this time. So this is clear correlation as to what we can expect to see, all right? So in the Raiders game, Christian McCaffrey had 92% of the backfield. So he had 26 touches. Other backs had 2. The Bucks game, 22 touches. Other backs had 2. And that's the Bucks game where he got hurt. That was 92% of the backfield. All right, and then in the Chiefs game, when you think you would want to protect the running back that just came off injury, 82% of the backfield. So that's 28 touches. Other running backs had 5 touches, and 5 of those were receptions by Mike Davis. So there's a lot of receptions out of the backfield, okay? So I just say that to say that we have clear evidence to say that they're not, even with coming off injury, you're talking about at least 82% of the backfield. And I just think that, to justify a pick like this in the 4th round, Chuba Hubbard, you got to give the man at least, I would say at least, man, at minimum 7 touches per game. Now, 7 touches per game is all I'm asking for. And I just don't know that that's going to happen. Listen, all right, so let's talk some more numbers here. We got to talk some more numbers here. We got to talk about the total season output for 2020, okay? Even with Christian McCaffrey going down, we got to talk about all of the other touches that everybody got. So we're talking about Mike Davis, rushes and receptions. Christian McCaffrey, rushes and receptions when he was healthy. Curtis Samuel, rushes, because I think that counts. Rodney Smith, rushes and receptions. Reggie Bonnafon, rushes and receptions. Trenton Cannon, rushes and receptions, okay? That makes a total of 433 total touches out of the backfield in 2020. That equates to 27 touches per game. That's 27 touches per game. I think that's a lot, and I don't see an increase. I don't see that increasing this year. I think that is a nice amount of touches out of the backfield, including rushes and receptions. I don't see a bump in that. I really think we've invested a lot of a lot in the wide receiver. You're talking about Terrace Marshall, talking about David Moore, the receiver. You're talking about Shi Smith in the draft. So listen, we invested a lot in receivers as well. So I think those guys need to eat too. So 27 touches out of the backfield is a lot, and I do not see that increasing at all. Okay, I don't see that increasing. Now, that being said, in order to get Chuba Hubbard involved, the 7 touches per game, you've got to bump Christian McCaffrey down to 20 touches per game. And I just don't see that happening. That would mean that Christian McCaffrey is going to go to an all-time low of 75% of touches out of the backfield. He has never done that since taking over as a starter in the Carolina Panthers backfield. It's never happened. He's dominated the backfield. And listen, we got to be honest here. That has equated to nothing. We have not had any winning seasons. He's lighting it up. It's great. He's doing wonderful for himself. But at the end of the day, it has not equated to wins for the Carolina Panthers. So I do think we need to drop that down a bit. I do think we need to drop it down. I do think we need to get more active, get Chuba Hubbard active. I do think it's the right thing to do. Again, I like the Chuba Hubbard pick. I just don't believe that when it comes down to it, the Carolina Panthers are actually going to give this man the touches to justify the 4th round pick. I just don't see it, and I see it when I believe it. They're talking a good game right now, but I just don't see it happening. And just going back to the top 5 rushers, all those touches that they got, there's something that they have in common too. They ain't got no Lombardi, okay? All those touches in the world don't matter if you can't win a Super Bowl. You've got to be successful, and it takes a split backfield. You need multiple running backs. So, again, I like the pick. I like the Chuba Hubbard pick. If they give it to him, give Christian McCaffrey a little bit of time off. Now, the problem with that is you paid the man so much money that you got to make it worth your time. He is the highest paid running back in the league per year average. Now, you can't pay the man to not do anything. It's like parking your Ferrari in the garage and say, I'm only going to take it out on the weekends. You got to drive it, bro. You got to drive it. And listen, you have to justify that contract. So you can't pay the man and then sit him. Okay? It's a conundrum that the Panthers have to work out. There's a lot of money invested in that running back. And again, he appears to be healthy. He's been working out in the offseason. But again, like I said, there's a lot of questions to be answered. Joe Brady, we haven't seen a full year of him playing, okay, with Joe Brady. There's a 17th game this season, okay? That's something else we got to worry about. 17 games, it's a lot of touches on Christian McCaffrey, a lot of toll on the body, even going back to Stanford. It's a lot of wear and tear on Christian McCaffrey's body. So I don't know if he's going to be hold up, if he's going to be able to hold up. But at the end of the day, again, you paid him. You paid him. You can't pay him and then sit him. That's not how it works. You have to get your money's worth. I'm sorry, it sounds funny, it sounds bad, but you have to get your money's worth. You can't pay him and then park him. You have to play him, all right? You have to play him. Now, as far as Chuba Hubbard being the insurance policy, sure, he can be the insurance policy, but at the end of the day, can he, and again, I'm not saying he can't do it, but can he affect the game out of the backfield from a receiver standpoint? Can he catch the ball? We don't know. It hasn't been shown. So we have to give him some passes out of the backfield. Let's see if he can catch it. We don't know the answer to that question. There's one thing that he's not going to do. He's not going to be the Christian McCaffrey route runner. He cannot do that, okay? It's not possible. Christian McCaffrey's the best route runner out of the backfield in the league. It's no debate, okay? He's not going to duplicate that. So there's so many questions. Now, again, also another thing. You take Christian McCaffrey off the field, now your offense becomes predictable. Christian McCaffrey is the ultimate mismatch. You take him off the field because you want to give him some rest. Now your offense becomes predictable. When Chuba Hubbard's on the field, you know where the ball is going to go. You can line up Christian McCaffrey all over the field. We don't have another running back that you can do that with, okay? Okay, this is just him being on the field, period. Changes the entire offense, okay? It makes defenses guess. It makes the game easier for others on the field, point blank, period. So the bottom line is I really think that we need to see what Chuba Hubbard can do from a receiver standpoint. We don't know. If he can become an effective receiver out of the backfield, it makes me feel more comfortable. Okay, I think he's going to get more touches. He really becomes that guy that can help Christian McCaffrey and help the entire offense if Christian McCaffrey happens to go down. That's a true insurance policy. Can he do that? I don't know. Only time will tell. It has to be proven. Now, again, I don't think, me personally, this is my opinion, I do not think that he's going to get a lot of touches. I don't think he's going to get a lot of touches. I think he's going to get maybe 3 to 4 touches out of the backfield. And I think Christian McCaffrey, when he's healthy, he's going to dominate the backfield. Now, is that best for the team? Probably not. I think the ideal role, if we're going to average our 27 touches per game, we need to see Christian McCaffrey at 20 touches per game. We need to see Chuba Hubbard at 7 touches per game. That is the balance. That's a 75-25 balance. That is a great compromise. That needs to happen, in my opinion, for this team to, 1, justify the contract, 2, justify the draft compensation or the draft pick. I think that needs to happen, okay? I think that is the balance. That's the balance. But we haven't seen it happen with Christian McCaffrey healthy. We have not seen that. It's never happened. It has never happened. So only time will tell if that's going to be the case. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't. I think it's going to be the 90. I think it may drop down to 80% at best. 85% at best distribution between Chuba Hubbard and Christian McCaffrey. Outside of that, I think Christian McCaffrey's going to come. He's going to dominate, okay? I think he's going to dominate the backfield. That's my opinion, and that's why I was a bit upset at the Chuba Hubbard pick. Now, again, they have time to figure this out. I think they're in good position, okay? I think we have a good backfield. We have a good set of backs. Only time will tell if they actually utilize those guys. We'll see. But that being said, man, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and make sure y'all are subscribed, okay? Make sure you're subscribed. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Let's make this thing happen, all right? Peace out.